Choose which team you'll begin your franchise with. The menu on the left lets you adjust your league settings and where to start your franchise in the preseason, the regular season, or with a fan. The players on your team earn some XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end.
Jahan! What are you? Jahan! Jahan! Wait up! Jahan! Wait up! Jahan! Wait up! To hot! What's that? To hot! What's that? To hot! What's that? To hot! To hot! To hot! To hot! To hot! What's that? To hot! What is it? What's that? To hot! What's that? To hot! What's that? To hot! To hot! To hot! What's that? To hot! What's that? To hot! What's that? To hot! What's that?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where the keeper of the light sounds the frog bell to signal it's time for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. Visitor sideline, a look at the Raiders head coach. His team making the long flight. Always difficult to play the 1 o'clock Eastern game when a West Coast team feels like it's 10 a.m. on their body clock. His counterpart, Mike Vrabel, 6 years the head man in Tennessee, now in year 1 as the head coach of the Patriots. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. We're ready to start year 2 together in the booth. And off we go from Gillette Stadium. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. So here come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their second-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake May.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Off the bootleg. Here's May. Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. One of the Raiders has got it. And he's going to score. Do you believe this start? Opening minute of the game. Fumble recovery and a touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they forced the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So the Patriots, 4-13 last year. They make the coaching change. They find a quarterback, they hope, in Drake May. And all of a sudden, you bring Mike Vrabel in here, and Greg, it feels a little bit different around this Patriots squad.
It does, and listen, there's no question. In the NFL, Mike, we all know you need to be good at 2 spots if you want to be consistent over any period of time, and that's head coach, and they believe they got their guy in Mike Vrabel after the 1-year tryout of Gerard Mayo. They feel like they finally landed on the person who can carry on that Patriots legacy, that identity, and then, of course, you need to be competitive, and you need to be set at the quarterback position. And now going into year 2, Drake May, in the midst of chaos last year, Mike, he was pretty good. I mean, he did a lot.
In trouble, and down he goes.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's May. Oh, the first throw of the season is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. So 3rd and long, trying to pick up a first down and keep a drive going. Instead, the worst result. It goes back the other way, Greg, and the defense scores with a pick 6.
Mike, sometimes there's a fine line between being aggressive and being reckless, and I think you find yourself in 3rd and long, you're trying to make a play, but sometimes you just press a little too far, and this time it leads to the turnover and the pick 6.
His kick is good, and the Raiders will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They're in an early hole, 14-0. Start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Where was it?
Working out of the gun, it's May. He's found his receiver, Butte. And he's going to be taken down to 37. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
First down. 1st and 10.
We'll go play action with May. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. That's what the coaches say. Just play the next play. That's exactly what they did. Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you can see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page. And that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Oh, he gets a good read defensively and intercepts it. Picked off by Jeremy Chin. And he is going to score a pick six for the touchdown.
So it's third down, and it just seems clear that he's just trying to do anything to keep the drive alive. But even though you're trying to keep the punt team off the field, you just can't be careless and reckless. And that's really what he ended up being, Mike. And defense takes advantage and takes it back to the house.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Raiders look terrific here out of the gate. Already up 21-0. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Offense heading back out on the field here for this next possession. And, Greg, we will, for a long time, talk about the draft of 2024. 6 quarterbacks taken in the first.
If you can't protect the quarterback in the NFL, you might as well just throw your entire playbook in the garbage. Everything starts there. And with the amount this quarterback's been hit and taken down here in the first quarter, are we confident that we're going to be able to even see him in the game come the second?
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Here goes tonight.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's May. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's May. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot. Not what you want to see. Quarter 1 of week 1.
Ready up.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Set.
To throw, here's DeVito. Forced out wide. He'll try to run for it.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up 4th down.
So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. It's the Raiders with the early lead. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. Quarter 2 begins. It is Raider football. They finally get a chance to go on offense with a 1st and 10. Carlson's going to throw to start things. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trey Tucker, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a second down. Cousins going to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. Past the 40. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Here's a handoff to Gentry. On 4th down, on comes Daniel Carlson for the Raiders field goal. This one from just under 50 yards. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders extend the lead to 24-0.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Back out is Carlson following the made field goal. And he sends this kickoff away. Marcus Jones now to return. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Patriots offense ready to get back at it. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. With 5 straight division titles, it's hard to see who can knock them off that perch rate.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Young quarterbacks, new coaching staff, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years back. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. A Pro Bowler 4 years running, that is Max Crosby, working his way in to register his first sack of the new season.
Red 38.
That is DeVito. The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. And it looked like one of the Patriots was able to fall on it. Indeed, they did. They are able to keep possession. Now DeVito. Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stutz. Now Gentry. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. 2 minutes to play in this first half. Why don't we check in with Scott Hansen on his first full Sunday of work on our team to find out what's coming up at halftime. Scott.
And what a first day of work it's been, Mike. Coming up, 8 games going on around the National Football League in the early window. We're still working on the Opto box, but we'll have scores and highlights from around the NFL in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Genty will cross the line. He is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. The Patriots offense back onto the field for their next possession. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement will cut your eye.
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing by the Rams.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, and now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith and Jigba. He has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to do.
Continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. Here's Bryce Berringer now as he's on to punt for the second time. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Raiders offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. Work to do starting with this 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Genty. Look at him go! He's to the 40. Inside the 20. And he will go all the way. Incredible run. 87 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. And what an opener it has been for this rookie. That's now his 2nd touchdown here in week 1. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Jones now on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Patriots offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half.
Let's go.
They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this one. First down now. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, throws down for a loss.
Set. Hunt.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. Now timeout Vegas. That is their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
Low check.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports
Our trip around the NFL starts now, and it starts with a good one in the AFC West. All right, Mike, thanks very much. Today is the day, the debut of our new halftime show. Buckle up, everyone. I think you're going to like it. And it's a guy who finished with 23 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions last year, Justin Herbert. One of his 3 touchdown passes on the night. From there, why don't we go to South Philly, look in on the Eagles as they're hosting the Dallas Cowboys. And it's the newest Cowboy, George Pickens. He's going to bring this one in, and away he goes. 75 yards this one goes, the catch and run for the score. One more to tell you about. We go to Jacksonville, the Jags taking on the Carolina Panthers. And this one, I'm not quite sure what to make of this. He was a big factor in the first half, as evidenced by this play right here. The Panthers with the lead in the opener at the half. Time for a look here at the rest of the games going on and what's to come here in Week 1 of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This fielded at about the 9. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. 36-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36.
Jahan! 180! What's that?
On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
What's that?
Going back in the backfield. We'll get the carry here. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Raider first down. They'll stay on the ground. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10.
What's that?
Now they'll run. It's a counter. A dive for the goal line, but he's going to come up just a little bit short. From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. And now he's not spiking it. It's a fake. And that is incomplete. A little trickery with the fake spike, but it does not pan out. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. They'll run with Genty. And he's got another one. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Las Vegas. It's a debut for the ages, paying immediate dividends. 3 touchdowns in the season opener.
to kick off for the Raiders.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. This taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Patriots offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. It wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force down. And the Patriots ready to kick it away. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. Greg, you take a step back and look at the AFC West big picture. This is historic stuff. Chiefs are going for a 10th straight division title. But you have to remember, 2 other teams in this division won double-digit games last year. So the question is, are the Chargers and the Broncos that far behind Kansas City?
You know, it sounds crazy when you mentioned it 9 in a row. You think, oh, they're just going to continue to run away with it. But I'm actually fascinated by this division. I think L.A. and Denver are a lot closer to this year's version of Kansas City, maybe than there's a lot of talk about around the rest of the league. So until someone beats them, you'd be crazy to not pick Kansas City. But last year was a 4-game and a 5-game spread between them. I think this year, come down the stretch, that spread is going to be a lot tighter.
No, Greg, I'm thinking if I'm a fan or even in the front office for the Chargers or the Broncos or the Raiders, do I build my team to try to knock off the king of the hill? Because you only play Kansas City 2 of those 17 games. So how do you factor that into your construction?
Yeah, I think it's such a great point. It's really fascinating to dive into. And while I wouldn't necessarily build my roster to just beat Kansas City or to just beat whoever you view as the top team in the division, you do want to find some commonalities among your 3 division opponents and make sure you are built to play within your division. That's 6 of the 17 now. Winning the division, you get you home playoff games. There's a lot on the line when you win your division and compete for that title. So yes, every team has to build their roster. If you have a bunch of really good quarterbacks, you better be able to rush the passer and play pass coverage. If you're playing a lot of ground and pound, big running backs, you better be really good on the inside in defense and be able to defend the run. So there's themes across every division, and the teams that are built to compete within the division.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
You can tell that all these hits, Mike, they're starting to add up. He just doesn't look comfortable. His eyes aren't downfield. You can see his feet aren't settled. When you get sacked this many times in a game, it's kind of hard.
And they're going to get him the second time. He goes down again.
Bryce Behringer in formation for the Patriots.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Patriots ready for the punt. As the drive went in the wrong direction, He's on to punt it away. This brought in out past the 20. The Raiders offense and Ashton Genty heading back out onto the field here. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That's caught left side by Bowers. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
A gain of 15. And the Las Vegas first down.
Run right up the gut with Genty. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. Once again, it's Genty. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off, but not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays, and they show they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark them out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
First down. First and goal, Raiders.
Here's Genty trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short. 2nd and goal.
Jahan! 180!
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. One more time with Genty. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
They'll run with Genty. And he's into the end zone yet again. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Raiders. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders stretch things out even further.
Patriots nothing. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. Jones now on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You've built up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this is got. Oh, the ball's out! And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over. Bags or through bags, as as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like, because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
They'll go again with Genji. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. They'll run, and this is Dylan Lowby. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive. In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down.
Oh, look at this! It's a fake! And they will finally bring him down, but what a call there! The fake works, big yardage, and the 1st down. So this defense fooled by the fake, and now they're going to have to defend 1st and goal. Here's a run.
Nice job by the running back making the 1st guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his 1st try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Ball at the 3, 2nd down, and goal.
The hot! What are they? What's that?
They'll try to run this one in. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts. But this one is about done. Now, whistles and timeout. Go figure. Not sure the point of this. We're going to stop it. 4 seconds left in the game. On now, Daniel Carlson to try the field goal. This is about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Raiders will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Down.
Here we go. One final play. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Well, they had a big hole to climb out of, and now it is even bigger. Greg, the defense was waiting for it, feasts on it, and they get to celebrate with a pick 6.
Well, a very fitting way for this one to come to an end here, Mike. This has been a completely dominant defensive performance. This pick 6 here in the 4th quarter ends what has been a total runaway.
So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long.
Jahan! 180! Jahan! Jahan! Wait! Jahan! 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 Wait! Jahan! Jahan! Wait! Jahan! 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 What? Jahan! Jahan! What? Jahan! Jahan! What? Jahan! Jahan! What? Jahan! What? Jahan! 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 What? Jahan! Jahan! 180! Jahan! Wait, Jahan! Jahan! Wait, Jahan! Jahan! Wait, Jahan! 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 Wait, Jahan! Jahan! Wait, Jahan! Jahan! Wait, Jahan! Jahan! Wait, Jahan!
following presentation of the National Football League.
Representing the legendary Al Davis, and the team's wheel to just win, baby. The torch is lit before every game inside of Allegiant Stadium, as these fans hope it indeed drives their Raiders to victory in Vegas. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday night primetime showdown between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. On the visiting sideline, a look at the Chargers head coach. These guys no doubt enjoyed their trip to Brazil, picking up the win in Sao Paulo last week. Running the show across the field, the head coach of the Raiders. These guys also able to start the season with a win, so somebody's going to leave here with a 2-0 record after this one. Scott here with Brock Heward. Everybody just about set. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. Darius Davis to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Amari Hampton. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them the loss, first play of the game. That's a nice quick correction for this front row. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
That's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's forced out of bounds after a nice play. But still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. A 3rd down give to Hampton. A disappointing way to begin this one as he is stopped for no gain. And 3 plays in, Brock, they're already facing 4th down. So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away.
The Raiders take over first.
So out head the Raiders for their first possession. And leading them out. It's now in his 14th season, Brock. That's not bad for a 4th-rounder out of Michigan State back in 2012, huh? It is Kirk Cousins.
Well over a decade has started in this league, and Kirk Cousins put up some prolific numbers. The thing that's eluded him, despite all the stats, are those playoff opportunities and those marquee postseason victories. I think Kirk, his family, and everybody rooting for him hopes the final chapters of his career will contain some of those.
Lasers this one deep down the middle. It connects on the deep shot. And he's going to be brought down into enemy territory now at the 46. Pick up a 34 yards on that play. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
At the 46-yard line.
And they spike the ball to stop the clock. Second and 10. Need something positive here. They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. Hits him on the out route. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. That's 16 on the pickup. Now to Vegas, 1st down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
And the first carry here for Ashton Genty. They take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash the defense like that, The next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball. Right over their head.
The rookie from Clemson in on that stop.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you...
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Brock Bowers for the touchdown. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Chargers, nothing. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. Raiders close it in, and down he goes. After one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Throw right side, caught by Njoku. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed, when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Hampton. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Third and 5.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's an early lead for the Raiders. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They still have 5 to go here. 3rd down. Herbert back to throw. And down he goes. Raiders got him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Loss of 7 yards. And it's 4th down.
So once again, J.K. Scott out to punt it away. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely, and that'll be a touchback. Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
First and 10, here's Cousins. He throws a bullet deep to the right. Big gain downfield. Into the red zone. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders take a 13-0 lead. I hope you weren't settled in to call a long drive there, partner, because it only took them a matter of seconds to go all 80 yards and hit pay dirt.
Are you kidding me? I love big plays just like everybody in the building loves big plays, and it took all of them, the guys up front doing their job, and certainly the playmakers to finish it.
Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the upright. The Raiders double their lead to 14.
Raiders 14, Chargers nothing. Daniel Carlson picking up for the Raiders.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Now L.A. getting its offense. This team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. Draw play here, Hampton. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Second and 10. At the 25-yard line.
Play action now for Herbert. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that point. New set of downs for him. Starts at the 38.
And the Chargers first down.
1st and 10, Herbert. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
4 yards. It's 2nd down.
Allen sent in motion right. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Throwing the out route complete. And they don't get any help on this 2nd down, Brock. He is out right. Along the line, so no gain.
It's now 3rd down.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Raiders closing in, and down he goes. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Secures this at the 17. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. This offense sent it back to the field, led by their receiver. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, wow, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
First play is going to be a give to Jency.
This rookie on their roster, it is so hard to break away from the pack at the NFL level. This rookie is putting on a show.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21.
Raiders 21. Chargers nothing. Daniel Carlson kicking off for Las Vegas.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback in his offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
So it'll be 2nd and long coming up, and that is on the other side of our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Sending one of the tight ends in motion right. Shotgun snap to Herbert. A quick slant. Here's McConkey. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's a game of 6.
On third down, Herbert. Trying to float that one in, and defender's there for the interception. Jeremy Chin has got it. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Man, he really lobbed that one downfield, didn't he? Tried to lay it in there for a big completion. I think he just got a little too much loft on it, though, and it's intercepted.
I really do think in that spot, though, Kate, it was the right type of throw. But that air, in this league, you put air on the football as a quarterback, you better be exactly right, because as fast as these defenders are, they can recover and go get it, which they did right there.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Another give here to Jensen. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And that's going to fall incomplete. They wanted to get it right back to him after that run, but no luck on that throw. 2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. They'll work against the blitz. Throw left side, complete. Ooh, and he's not going to score, but they're just a yard away now as this sets up 1st and goal. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. They sneak it with Cousins. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Raiders boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Kirk Cousins, the touchdown. On a quarterback sneak to the end zone. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to see those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again.
Chargers, nothing. Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On return, here comes Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Out comes the Charger offense late in this 1st half. And we'll see if they try to establish some positive momentum here, or if they just choose to head off and lick those wounds. Throwing on 1st is Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're ready to drop it. Timeout call by the Chargers. They're 1st. He's already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Herbert from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Excellent protections. And down he goes. Raiders got it. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down. J.K. Scott's on the punt. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Fields this clean at the 30. Shoots away from one. And he gets a pretty nice result there on the punt return to put an end to our first 2 quarters of play. So a one-sided contest as we reach the break here. Let's head over to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Our journey through the NFL starts now. NRG Stadium in Houston. It's the Texans at home to take on Tampa Bay.
should probably sign a hit, boy, because I
Kicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Dylan Laube on the return. Showing a little burst so far. He's racing past midfield. At the 20. And he does. Touchdown. Everything has been working for them, Brock. One of their best games all around in a long while. And now that includes special teams as those guys take it to the house.
This is just a good old-fashioned game of add-on, and he never gave his offense a shot. He wanted to do it himself, making sure the special teams got their chance to play a little add-on.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead.
Chargers, nothing. Daniel Carlson to kick off.
What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. On the return, here comes Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Los Angeles getting its offense set to go to begin the third. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. Herbert on first down. And that one's complete. Amari on Hampton. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 2nd and 3 now.
7-yard pickup. Brings up second
To throw, Herbert. It's his running back. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Herbert now, blitz coming. Complete here to Hampton. They're on him as he gets out to the 47. Kobe Dean in on the tackle. This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47.
Sending over right. Herbert throwing again. Raiders close it in, and down he goes. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 9 yards. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 15.
Here's the backup. First throw.
You know what separates good defenses from great? Good defenses find a way to get off the field. Great defenses find a way to take the ball away. What a great play to set their offense up with some mojo.
That's complete to the back, Ashton Genty. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
This is Genty on second. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Going to the ground again on first. And he will haul it in for the biggest touchdown. The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you instantly think of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Here's Hampton, open the drive. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Now pressure coming. And down he goes. Leaders got him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
And in motion, out of the slot. To the air, Lance. Looking for him on the screen there, but it's incomplete. So second down produces nothing. Back to the huddle they go for third down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Now it's Lance. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Now comes the punter. And he's been one of the players of this game. We'll get it at the 9. Oh, he lost it on the hit. And the fumble recovery is made. Well, I love the creative thinking, trying to work in a lateral to that return, but that time just do a little bit too much, and it results in giving the ball right back.
You know where laterals are fun, Kate?
Where?
On the playground. Or maybe playing popcorn. Okay. But when you got men of this kind of caliber of speed and athleticism, that risk is just not worth the reward.
Come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Motion man sent left. Here's Lance now. Raiders closing in. And down he goes. And they come through the sack to bring around third down.
It's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Chargers who have it to start the 4th quarter. This game seems pretty far out of reach for them.
Ready, set.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down.
Here we go. Check, hunt,
Motion the tight end over.
Ready.
3rd down from the gun. Skips it short of his man, and that brings up 4th down.
You never ever this offense like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Dicker connects there. Finally, in this 4th quarter, Brock, they're able to get something up on that scoreboard.
This is a case of just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Raiders and running back Ashton Jeanty headed back out there. And as they get started, we get to see some of the first-year players who've taken this league by storm and are leading our race for Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's a nice lane there. That's good for 6 yards.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Well, it would have been a big completion, Brock, if not for that pedaling defender who knocked it away. It sets up 3rd down.
He was covered by Dante Jackson.
To the air, Cousins. Oh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the toe. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Now the Raiders readying for the punts, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Well, I'm not seeing the signal for a safety, Brock, but he did not dodge it by much. That run just gets back to the line.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Motioning one of the tight ends. It's Hampton on 2nd. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful.
It's 3rd and 7.
Throw here, third down. Oh, and the ball is out of the end zone. And a defender's on it. This is a touchdown. The Raiders throwing 6 more on the blowout. That had to have been just about as far away as possible, Brock, from what that was drawn up to be. But the end result, partner, exactly as they planned. It's a touchdown.
In this case, Kate, it really was about the destination, not about the journey.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. On return, here comes Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Charger offense making its way to the field. And the turnovers, Brock, a big reason they played themselves out of this one. Hopefully they can keep it clean here, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, this drive isn't pertinent to this game, maybe anymore, Kate.
Lost control of number 1. But the Chargers were the first to get to that one, so it'll stay with them. Still their football, but need to make some progress here. This is 2nd and long.
Here we go. Here we go.
Man in motion here. Here's Lance. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage. Set him up now with 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Lance. Stays upright. Escapes the pocket. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Running it with Hampton. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's Lance. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And he's tackled for a short gain.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong. When I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on in the field, not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using it is not going to alter this outcome. Ashton Genty. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders continue adding to an insurmountable lead. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I will. Really in all phases, too. I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again.
Raiders 56, Chargers 3. Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On return, here comes Davis. Massive hit, the ball is out! And they steal it back on the return. And a dive forward, a couple more, a little exclamation point on some great starting field position.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. But when they fly down the field, they got 2 things in mind, Kate. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, separate the ball if you can It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Third and goal now as they try to pile on further. Pressure coming, it's Cousins. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Raiders are running them out of the building. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders tack on 7 more to their lead.
63, Chargers 3. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And this is going to be a touchback, Brock, so we'll see what they decide to do with the final seconds they've got left here. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. They'll go play action. Trying to push deep downfield. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled it knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And their final effort is going to hit the ground incomplete, but no reason not to throw it long there as this game is over. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. And they're stacking momentum right away this season as they begin the year 2-0.